I'm back again. Hello. Hello. I'm gonna have to do one more video. I have to do a video on this because I think I'm just flabbergasted by how some of my I'm just flabbergasted by the stupidity of some YouTubers, to be honest. I'm just completely shocked, of course, by clowns like Earthling Carl. And obviously, actually, I don't actually, as I said, I did a video on Mark Collett as well. Mark Collett is, he's nowhere near as bad or vile as Earthling Carl. But the point is, I need to do this video on the whole, this idea that somehow people should be voting for the patriotic alternative. I mean, this is madness. No one should be voting for this party. I need to. It has to be said. That's why I'm making this video. The patriotic alternative is not going to get into power. They're not going to get into power. All right, Mark Collett is not going to be prime minister. It doesn't need. I don't need to say this. It's just common sense. But I think anyone with a brain who has any kind of intellect should know this. There is no way Mark Collett is going to become prime minister. And there's no way the patriotic alternative are going to get into power or win a general election. This party is nothing. No, most people haven't even heard of this party. It's a nothing party. They don't have any money. They won't be able to fight a general election. They can't do anything. I'm just flabbergasted by the stupidity of people like Earthling Carl, obviously these useless groypers who have however they wanted to find themselves as groypers, just copying Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is the guy. Nick Fuentes is just a kid. The point is, these people have no power. They're just morons. They don't understand that there's no way out of this mess from a political perspective. As I already explained, the mess that we're in, there is no way out of it. That's why the West is finished. And also from a political perspective, there's no way out. Because there is no political party that's going to stand up for Earthling Carl or Mark Collett. There's no political party that's going to support Mark Collett or Earthling Carl. All the political parties are globalist, and none of them, even like I said, the Conservative Party are not a right-wing party. They're a fake right-wing party. There is no future for England. All the parties are useless. It's not just the Labour Party. The Conservative Party are bad. The Liberal Democrats are bad. The Green Party are bad. They're all bad. And like I said, UKIP are never going to get into power either. And UKIP is basically finished. UKIP don't even have a leader. The party's just given up. All they've got is a Twitter page. There is no way out from a political perspective. There's no way out through demographics either. As everybody knows, the white race is dying. White people are not having enough children. It's all over for the West. And that's what clowns like Earthling Carl needs to understand. He's just a moron. And Mark Collett's more intelligent. He's got a brain. He should know this. But he's just been brainwashed. He's completely been brainwashed. And as for Ralph, I've actually met Ralph. And I think, Ralph seems like a nice guy, but he's just completely naive. There is no way out of this from a political perspective. The patriotic alternative are not going to get into power. They're not going to win a general election. They're not going to win any seats. They're not going to. They're just LARPing. They're just wasting their time. They might as well, just work in McDonald's. They're just wasting their time. England is finished. The West is finished. It's sad that I have to say this, but it's true. The West has no future. There's no future for the West. From a demographic perspective, from a political perspective, from a cultural perspective, the West is dying. You can see that recently, just what's going on in America, what's going on in London with the whole crazy protest. This country is not, the West is dying in front of our eyes. Boris Johnson is an absolute useless clown. And there's no future for the West. So this idea that somehow vote for the patriotic alternative is going to get into power, and Mark Collett is going to be Prime Minister, it's just nonsense. And same with Laura Towler. She's absolutely useless. She's a clown, Laura Towler. She's an absolute clown. She's better off working in McDonald's. She's absolutely useless. It's a complete useless situation. These people need to use their brain because they got to be better than this. And I'm speaking from a right-wing perspective. I'm not left-wing. I'm right-wing. And I agree with a lot of what Mark Collett says. But he needs to be honest with himself that there is no way out. There is no way out for England. England cannot win. There's no way out. Nationalism is not going to win anymore. The sad reality is that globalism has taken over. It's taken over England. And the Conservative Party, as Mark knows, is not a right-wing party. It's a fake right-wing party of neoliberals. It's a party that believes in worshipping the banks. It's a party that believes in mass immigration. It's a party that believes in political correctness. It's a party that believes in climate change, which is another problem. There is no true nationalistic party, and even if there is, it's never going to get into power. So it's all over for England. So this stupid idea that people should vote for the patriotic alternative and voting into LBC is stupid. You're better off watching Babe Station. There's no point of voting into Babe. There is no point of voting into LBC. You're better off watching Babe Station. That's how much of a waste it is. There's no point. Most British people don't care about. Most British people don't even know what the patriotic alternative is. Most British people haven't heard of Mark Collett. Most British people don't give a shit. All they want to do is go to the pub and drink. Of course, well, the pubs are closed, so they'll just drink at home. But the point is, they don't care about this kind of stuff. Most British people are sheep. They'll do as they're told. They're not going to stand up to the government. They don't believe in nationalism. They don't believe in any of this. They're just selfish. They only care about themselves. So this country is finished. The patriotic alternative is never going to get into power. And Mark Collett and Laura Towler and Ralph and Ursula Carl and all these other morons need to stop wasting their time. Because they need to be honest with themselves that England is finished.